Hey Moon Magic Super Souls, welcome to today's readings. Welcome back if you are returning. Welcome if you are new. Today we are asking for an immediate message, something you need to hear now, and I'm going to check in on the week ahead. I post these readings every single Sunday. It's like a weekly check-in. We always ask for an immediate message and check in on the week ahead. It really is a weekly check-in with your guides, with your spirit team, to really see if any information is coming through to help you navigate the week ahead. We have 3 amazing cards to choose from, and in just a moment I'm going to draw some runes and charms as well. Let me first show you these cards in detail. I will also be doing a Let the Universe Decide as well. So if you're not sure which pile or piles are right for you by the end, once we've drawn the charms and the runes, you can always use that Let the Universe Decide for you feature here as well. And I'll put that in a separate timestamp. So, pile 1. Your card is Dark Night of the Soul. Life brings new meaning. This is for pile 1. For pile 2, your card is Expansion. Educate your mind and senses. That's for pile 2. And pile 3, Shield your energy. Look beneath the surface. This is for pile 3. Okay, and we have... I'm going to put these little counters out just because it makes it a little bit easier for you to see the charms. So the charms for pile 1, you have an anchor. For pile 2, you have an owl. Just show that to you. And for pile 3, you have, I think it might be 2. You have a star, a Venus star, and also a little rose as well. Okay. Now let's draw your runes. We've done the charms. Let's draw your runes as well. 1 rune for pile 1, and you have, Gibo, the rune of partnership. Pile 2, you have 1 rune as well. You have fertility, Ingers. And for pile 3, you have 1 rune again, Berkana, the rune of growth. Okay, very exciting, very, very lovely energy. I am super, super excited to be doing these readings today. So, beautiful souls. At the time of doing these readings, we are in eclipse season, which is pretty happening, that's for sure. So, very, very, very exciting times. Now, I'm going to leave the video running for a few moments just to give you a little bit longer if you want to just really sit and just lean in with your intuition. Welcome back if you're returning. Welcome if you're new. If you're new, this is what we do. I tend to leave the video running a little bit longer just so you can really sit and allow yourself to feel your way into the cards and the runes and the charms. And in just a moment, after I've let the video run, I will open my phone and check in with a Let the Universe Decide which pile, find out which pile we are guided to by the universe today. And then I will see you in the readings. Okay, Moon Magic Super Souls. I'm on my website. I'm going to click Find a Reading, and we will now ask the universe to find the right reading for you. In this instance, just the right pile. I'm going to click on Reveal My Pile. And today it is pile 2. So, beautiful souls, I will see you in the readings in just a moment. Pile 1, welcome to your reading. We are going to draw an angel card for you first. Now you have the Dark Night of the Soul card. Life brings new meaning. You also have partnership, Gibo. Gibo sometimes also is a rune that is of a gift. You have Angel of Challenges and also Angel of Power. 2 cards coming through for you. I think that is fascinating, particularly given that, you know, the energy of the Dark Night of the Soul is in many ways a challenge. It really is. And yet look at this angel reaching out to give you a helping hand. I think this really is saying anchor yourself. Whatever you're facing, I do feel there's something, a challenge of some sort that you're facing. For starters, you're absolutely not alone. You are absolutely being guided. Your angels, your guides are with you 100%. I would venture to say they are really like almost rooting for you. I wonder with this hand up whether you're going to say goodbye to something. Howl. How beautiful. Community alignment focus. How beautiful. That is a gorgeous, gorgeous card. And then you have Quiet Achiever, Solitude, Privacy, Discretion. I'm very, very, very fascinated by your cards. I feel I want to draw your tarot cards before I say too much more, but let us just sit for a moment in your energy. You are walking, I wanted to say walking away from something, but you're actually walking to something. You're stepping into a place of your empowerment. You've got community, alignment, focus, quiet achiever. I wonder if you are quietly exiting something or quietly walking towards something, but you're doing it quietly. That's what I feel is coming through. There is an anchor. I think there's a need to anchor yourself because maybe there's a bit of worry about this. Let's find out more. Let's look at your tarot cards. You have the Magician. Well, that's pretty super fab. You don't get better than that. Look at the imagery in this card. Look at the ladders. Now, this is like an underground spring. It's like a waterfall, but I can see you climbing your way because this is loaded with light. I can see you climbing your way maybe out of something. I did feel you were walking towards something, so towards the light, walking to something. I do think you are exiting something, actually. Whatever that may be, it will be unique to you. I'm going to take all of those. You have the Ace of Spires, which is the Ace of Swords in a traditional pack. And the Seven of Stones is the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles has got an energy of sort of navigating with awareness, being really thoughtful about where you invest your energy. We have the Five of Swords, the Five of Spires. I think you have mountains to climb. Ace of Wands, Six of Cups, Seven of Cups, and the Nine of Wands. Okay. Your reading and your immediate message is very clear. You're very, very nearly at the end of something. I think it is something that has been challenging for you. There is a circumstance or a situation, and I think you have made very conscious choices to think about how you're going to move through and beyond this. I think you felt a bit on your own with this, with the lone wolf here. In a way, though, I think it's also, strangely enough, or perhaps not strangely at all, I think it's strengthened your connection with your guides and your angels and your spirit team. Whatever the challenge is, yeah, I think it has literally strengthened your connection. I think you're learning to navigate with support from spirit, to sort of trust in the outcome. I think it's been quite an interesting process for you. I think spirit, source, possibly even readings like these have been a real anchor point for you. Now, the immediate message is you're very nearly at the end of this. I think it has felt as though there's been a bit of a mountain to climb, and I also think it could be something with the Six of Cups here that maybe you've done it in different stages. It's like, it could be that initially there was a challenge and you thought you'd overcome that, and then it kind of came back again, or you dealt with one layer of it and then you've kind of dealt another layer, like climbing up to base camp and then up to the next kind of, pinnacle, and then the next one. And now this is like the final ascent. Where you are, we've got two aces, is in a space of a new beginning. So I think the challenge is very, very, very nearly over. Really, really nearly over. I think you're going to be able to sort of set sail, older, wiser, being thoughtful about how you manage your energy, conscious, more conscious of the way certain things operate, particularly emotions under the surface, things that are under the surface. I think it has been quite a challenge, I really do. But here you are. I really do. I think what you've actually, even though you may not feel you're completely out and through the other side, there may still be a few things to do, crossing the T's, dotting the I's, that kind of stuff. I do think you have really learned from this. And in many ways, at a level of soul growth, I think this has really, really ultimately empowered you, even though at the time of doing this reading, of finding it, you might still feel like you are navigating a little bit of a dark night of the soul. For many of you, I think you will feel as though you're not in the thick of it anymore, although it isn't quite over yet. But your reading is arriving to tell you it's very, very nearly over. You're nearly at the finish line. You've done amazingly. You really are at this point of a new beginning. I think very soon you will be able to really put it behind you. You may need to take a little bit of time out, quiet achiever, and I think you'll kind of be celebrating once you're out of this, if I'm truly honest. But I think you will also celebrate quietly. There's something here about choosing to feel really good about both your exit and also whatever it is that you're walking to. And also kind of, it doesn't feel as though it's not like a big celebration out there. Da-da, look at me. It's quite the opposite. It's much more of a quiet, kind of humble realignment. You've now got a very solid, this is the anchor here, a very solid sense of possibly even your next chapter, but of where you're going, of what matters to you. I think you've stood by values that are important to you. And the empowerment is very much within you. as I said, I also think this whole process has really strengthened your relationship with your angels, with your guides, your power animal, all of these things, these elements of your spirituality, your pathway, I think has been massively strengthened by this process. Let's check in and have a quick look at the week ahead. Maybe kindly, I was about to use the same deck, but I think I'm going to use a different one. May we kindly ask about the week ahead for my pile 1, please? Okay, you have the card of the Lovers. Very interesting, because the Lovers is technically a card of choice. And it's discernment. It's choice through awareness. It's choice through maturity. And by maturity, I don't mean your physical age. I mean the maturity of your choices based on growth and internal growth and awareness. You then get the Magician again. Okay. I think you literally are very, very nearly at the end goal here. Yes, look at that, 6 of Swords. Whatever this is for you, I think you will depart it this week. You will move on with a very clear vision of kind of a very different pathway ahead. Yeah, look at this. You've got the 2 of Wands. This is looking ahead. At the time of you finding this reading, I think in the week ahead, we have the Queen of Swords. We have the card of victory, the 6 of Wands. And we also have the 6 of Cups showing up again. I think you'll be able to put this behind you. I really, really do. Success. This week, your reading is saying, look, this has been quite not exactly a turmoil, but I think it has been a bit of a dark night of the soul. I think it's been coming in waves, in different stages, but I think you are finally where you need to be with it. You are genuinely from the inside out empowered. I think it will feel like a relief in some ways, but whatever your situation, you know wholeheartedly that you have made the absolute right choice and decision, both in what you are leaving as well as in the direction that you are moving in. And your reading could not be clearer. I am thrilled that this actually, you get the result this week. I think this really is that point of moving on and moving forwards and feeling really, really good about it. Pile 1, I'm really, really thrilled for you. Really, truly, absolutely thrilled for you. And I'm sorry you've been through this, but wow, what a soul growth. I think the soul growth that you have gained from this is phenomenal. And I do think for many of you, it connects to a relationship with somebody, but it could be your relationship with a person, a situation, a circumstance. And with the anchor, I think maybe you will have a much greater sense. I think you're going to feel more anchored, because whatever this is, I think it probably wobbled you quite a lot. Now, pile 1. We are in eclipse season at the time of doing this reading, so many things are changing, but whenever you arrive at this reading, it is timeless. The energies will be, aligning and resonating, or you wouldn't have found yourself to this reading. Beautiful souls. During eclipse season, my tarot course is half price. So if you are interested in learning to read, particularly working with a depth of sort of counselling and psychotherapy, which is something that I bring to my tarot course, it's very, very unique. It's very different to most courses that are out there. But I'm pretty certain there really isn't anything quite like it out there. It is half price. Do check it out. I will put a link in the description box below. And I'm going to keep it at half price for the entire eclipse season. So if you are watching this as I have uploaded it, and it is still eclipse season, do check that out. Beautiful souls, tons and tons of love to you. Pile 2, welcome to your reading. You have the rune of fertility. That's pretty fab. There's a lot of potency here. Look at the imagery in your card. Expansion. Educate your mind and senses. I mean, this feels like major expansion. And with the owl here, owls are absolutely symbolically connected to learning, to development, to seeing. I see these two cards here for you, actually. These are your first two cards, angel cards. You have Angel of Tranquility and Angel of Unity. Wow, these are really stunning cards. Okay. Very conscious that the figure in this card, look at the way she's holding herself. And then this angel has her arms open. This angel has her arms open. All these people have their arms up and open. It's like they're rising here, pushing out. Are you pushing through a restriction? Maybe something like a glass ceiling in your life, something that you come through and out the other side, or just the universe is opening for you. Clean up, declutter, accountability, home. Okay, that feels like quite decisive energy. Okay, pile 2. You also then have Howl. This came out in pile 1. If you were drawn to pile 1, I highly recommend you check it out because there could be a reading for you. Community, alignment, focus. And look at the community here. Declutter, accountability, home. I think the energy immediately around you, in your immediate community, your immediate home, your immediate area, your geographical area, your friends, your friendship groups. I wonder if it's about to expand, actually. I'm going to draw your tarot cards before I say too much more. May we kindly ask for an immediate message for pile 2, please? I wonder if your community, almost as though your immediate world is about to expand. Perhaps you are going to expand. I'm seeing this and this and this and this. The Empress. Now this is a card of fertility. You have the Moon. You have the King of Wands in a traditional pack, the King of Branches. Look at this water wheel. You have the Queen of Cups. This is the Queen of Cups in a traditional pack. You have the card of Justice. 2 of Cups. Ace of Pentacles. And I think we have room for one more. Let's draw one more card. Look at the Justice bang in the middle. This is a very big turning point. Very, very, very big turning point, very big evaluation in some way for you. Something is turning, the wheel is turning. And the 4 of Wands, which is a card of celebration, ultimately of harvest. Look at the harvest being brought in. I think that there is a turning point. You are at a turning point. And your beautiful guides and angels are actually suggesting, almost, I would say, within the immediacy of your world, cleaning up, tidying up. I think attend to detail. This feels for me like spring cleaning, knowing that, let's say you spent your weekend spring cleaning because you know you have a really, really, really busy week when you're going to be out and about and doing loads. And so it will really, really pay you to have a major tidy up before you go. So you're on solid ground. I think your world is about to expand. It feels almost like a breakthrough. And attend to issues at home is what I want to sort of say. Attend to things that are going on around you. Because I am seeing a big turning point with Justice. Justice is a very interesting card. And this one in particular, look at the bright horizon here. Justice brings quite a karmic energy. It can sometimes involve the personal decisions that we ourselves are making in our lives that create, actually, I mean every single day we we make decisions in our lives. And it's that sort of, I always think this card reminds me of that saying, we are accountable to ourselves and to God. And actually, your world is about to expand. I think you are pushing through a glass ceiling, and I think you may well you could even be moving to a new community or expanding to a bigger community. I almost want to say, if you are finding that life is relatively quiet at the moment, I sort of want to say, make the most of it, but also use your time well. I mean, if you had a really quiet weekend at home, for example, then have a lovely quiet time at home, but also declutter, use your time well. Doesn't mean go all out. Be in a balanced place. With justice is all about balance. But I feel that there will be some big karmic shifts going on, and I think circumstances in your world are actually genuinely expanding and moving to a place of real solid fertility, of harvest coming in, of celebration. So because something is going to be moving forwards and expanding, I almost want to say, take a breather now while you can. Because I think it's coming. And I think the owl is, in part, sort of almost giving you foresight. That vision, that ability. Maybe it is a vision that you have been creating that is coming to fruition. And when it does, you're going to be flat out because it's expanding. Your world is expanding. Your horizons are expanding. Some of you could end up traveling or even relocating. Look at this. It looks like a lighthouse almost here, looking out to sea. I wonder if you will be a beacon to others in some way, shape or form. People will look to you. But with that expansion comes quite a busy time. So right now, if things are relatively quiet, I would be saying take a breather, chill out. Everything is actually growing. You have fertility here, so just let things unfold. The wheel is going to turn. And when it does, this is foresight, it's looking ahead. When it does, you will need kind of your energy. You're going to need all your energy. You don't want to be rushing around like housekeeping, because suddenly people are coming to visit you. Do the housekeeping now, and then when they come to visit you, you're ready to open your doors. It's that kind of essence and that kind of energy. So this is your message, I think. Really, right now, just not exactly take a breather, but be balanced, be tranquil, be kind to yourself, attend to details, because I think that something is going to quicken. There could well be an opportunity to travel again, in which case you don't want to leave your house not in order. So there's real opportunities coming here, and you're going to want to commit to them. So it's really worthy of just attending to things in the here and now while things are a little quieter and a little steadier. Let us just ask about the week ahead, my beautiful pile twos. You have another ace here. How interesting. So you have the Ace of Pentacles here. This is the Ace of Cups. New horizons. New horizons are opening for you. Opportunities to learn, to expand. You have the Seven of Pentacles. To travel, maybe. Perhaps to visit other locations, or even, as I said, to some of you, even to move to different locations. You have the Emperor. How amazing that you have the Emperor and the Empress coming through. You have the Hierophant, and you have the Lovers. Okay. I will put an additional message in here. Obviously, we were asking about the week ahead, so I'll voice it in terms of the week ahead. But I do also need to say, having the Emperor and the Empress and the Lovers, if you have been single and sort of not enjoying your singleness, I would be saying make the absolute most of it, because I think it might change. And when it does, new horizons open up for you. kind of like your feet won't hit the ground. So it's really, really worth your while enjoying the solitude that you currently have, because you'll be celebrating soon. And that's a big shift, moving from being single to being, in a couple or in a partnership, or having, if you work alone and suddenly you're working as part of a team. You could have dreamed of this, but it's a very big change. I almost want to say, really make the most of where you are right now, because with foresight, you can enjoy and treasure every moment. Now, looking at the week ahead, this would suggest that there is potentially some kind of a breakthrough, maybe, with the Emperor. Looking at the Emperor, we have this massive wave coming in. We're looking out to sea, and there's a great big stone wall here. The Seven of Pentacles really asks us, or suggests, that we make some very clear choices about our energy. The Hierophant, very interesting. We have a very sort of sacred looking, can't call it a building because it's not exactly a building, but it looks like a wigwam, actually, more than a teepee, more of a wigwam, a structure. But isn't that interesting? We've got a structure here, we've got a structure here, we've got steps going up to a beautiful structure here. I do wonder if there will be some physical, structural things going on in your home, your immediate community. Again, attend to the details, because once things start to shift and change, you will treasure and appreciate the fact that you put the time in first to make sure everything was sort of in order in anticipation of when this happened. If any of you are thinking of getting any alterations done in your home, then you might want to start sort of cleaning out your cupboards now in anticipation. But it does feel as though some element of the structure of your world is going to be shifting, changing, expanding. There's a breakthrough, and the advice and guidance is really, really attend to what you are doing in the here and now. Attend to the details ahead of time, so when you get there, it's like fertilize the ground for your own deliverance. Attend to the details while you can, because the garden is looking very rosy, and it will make it much more readily available for you if you're not running around trying to attend to things, in the moment. Much better to have attended to them first. And that seems to be the energy. It's very much about foresight. Wow, I'm really excited about what changes are coming for you. It feels like there are really new horizons. Building, rebuilding, restructuring, potentially travel, moving, going to visit other places, expanding your community, expanding your home. And it feels very providential and very, very exciting and joyously lovely. So I am absolutely thrilled. This is absolutely definitely a time. Use your time well and enjoy the tranquility while it's there, because I think things are going to be moving and happening quickly for you. Pile 2, this is your reading. I am sending you all the love in the world. Do please keep me posted. If any of you are interested in learning to read the cards, I will be doing a collective reading here on YouTube. I'm going to do one every month. And also, at the time of doing this reading, we are in eclipse season, so things can happen very quickly. My tarot course is half price and will be for the entire duration of the eclipse season. But obviously, if you're coming to this in 2 years' time, that may now have changed. But if you're watching it as I've uploaded it, if you're still in eclipse season and you're interested in learning to read, or potentially even learning the tarot as a profession, integrating it with an existing profession, my course is very different. It's not sort of, I don't know if there is such a thing as an average tarot course, but it's a very in-depth journey. I really integrate counselling, psychotherapy. We work within, my readers all work within an ethical framework. It's a very different, very dynamic course that you can integrate. So you can integrate reading into an existing profession, as I did with my counselling work, or you could just work independently as a reader, or indeed just learn at that level for yourself. But do check it out while it's half price. I'll put a link in the description below. Pile 2, have the most amazing week, and cherish and appreciate your steadiness, because something's going to burst forth pretty quickly, I think. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. You have 2 charms. You have the little Tudor rose and you have the Venus star. Shield your energy, look beneath the surface. And Berkana. Berkana is a rune of a whole new beginning. Wow, that popped out very quickly for you. Angel of balance. It's not feeling quite right. I think there is 2 cards from this deck. I think it is that one. And believe. Angel of belief. Okay. Clean up. This came out in pile 2. If you were drawn to pile 2, there may be a reading there for you. And illuminate. Aha. Honesty, transparency, divine order. Declutter, accountability, home. Be honest with yourself is what I'm hearing. Look beneath the surface. Be honest. What do you need to see? Angel of belief. It's very interesting because there's a kind of an interesting energy with the Tudor rose, even though this is a beautiful rose. Sometimes the Tudor rose is associated with the War of the Roses. Venus is about harmony, about balance. Accountability we've got, honesty, transparency, divine order. I need to draw your tarot cards before finding out your immediate message. But you are needing to look beneath the surface. Let's see what this is about. We have the 5 of Swords, the 5 of Spires. Okay. I'm seeing this and also that one there. I suspect there may be more, but let's lay these out first. You have the 4 of Pentacles, the 10 of Wands, the King of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands. Wow, you have the Hermit, you have the 8 of Branches, and we do have room for one more card. I'm going to move these along. Just draw that one more card. Okay. Clean up, declutter. Shield your energy. The Knight of Swords. I want to say move forwards with something or be focused. What is it that you need? Look beneath the surface. What is it you need to see? There's something here. Even with the 4 of Pentacles, we have a night sky and big walls like a city behind closed doors. And then we have a window that looks out. We have a doorway looking out. And then the Hermit is inside a cave. And this is like a big, like the cockpit almost of an aeroplane. I think you need to see a bigger picture. Actually, I'm not quite sure what that is about for you, but I do think your message is about seeing that there is a bigger picture, hence believe. I wonder if, shield your energy. I wonder if there is something going on around you where you either have lost belief or lost sight of something, or, you're feeling a bit overloaded by something with the Ten of Wands. And the key here is to be able to see that there is, I almost feel like saying, look, come out of your cave. There's a whole big world out there. I wonder if you're seeing something, like I could even say, like, when they say, don't make a mountain out of a molehill. Now, please forgive me, because I'm not in any way suggesting that anything that could be going on in your world should be diminished or limited. But I do wonder whether sometimes we can get, our energy, we can feel fired up about something, like the Tudor rose, and yet it's a beautiful rose, but we could feel fired up about something. And actually being fired up isn't helpful. The most helpful thing is to recognize there's a bigger picture. Perhaps there's divine timing going on, divine order we have in this card. I want to sort of, in one way, I want to say, come out of your cave and recognize there's a bigger picture. I also sort of simultaneously want to say, go into your cave and sit and meditate and slow down a bit. With the Eight of Wands is a fast moving energy. Something can grow quite fast. I wonder if something is happening quite quickly, but you're not seeing that it's happening quite quickly. I think that's maybe what we're being shown. Something is happening quite quickly. Yes, that's what we're being shown. Berkana, it's about growth. Look beneath the surface. You may be feeling as though something isn't really moving forwards, and you're struggling to believe that it's actually going to happen. And it feels like there's this mountain to climb and you're never going to get there. But actually, it's growing behind the scenes. It's happening underneath the surface. It's like when you sow seeds and the roots start to grow beneath the surface long before the seed pushes out into the open. So you're sitting there looking at a pot and nothing is growing as far as you can see. But my goodness me, there is so much growing under the surface. And this is, I think, where your reading is going, actually. If you are, and this is not necessarily strictly speaking a relationship reading, but if you were in a relationship with someone and you felt like it wasn't really happening and you're wondering, is this ever going to move forwards? It's growing under the surface. Don't make a mountain out of a molehill. Don't perceive it to be a bigger problem than it is. Like, why aren't my seeds growing? They are growing. Everything is growing under the surface, okay? And I think that things will move forwards. And when they do, I think they could move forwards very fast. And I think you can help them to move forwards by keeping your focus. Be accountable for what you want. Take an ownership of what you want. Believe in what you want. I think perhaps the fact that you're waiting with a little compass here, you're sort of feeling like you haven't been shown the right direction, or something isn't moving in the right direction. I think everything will be illuminated for you, and the pathway will become very clear. And I think suddenly it's like when those seeds sprout and push through the surface, I think they're going to grow exponentially and very fast. But you could be in a place where you're thinking, this isn't growing very much. Am I on the right course? I think you are. But I think this is what this reading is all about. And the shield, your energy, I think you're very, very sensitive. And so it's easy for you to feel despondent at the moment if something is going on. The world is a bit crazy at the minute, so there's a lot of very, very up and down energy. So if you're tuning in with the up and down energy, you could be feeling a little bit overwhelmed, and yet really a lot is going on behind the scenes. A lot is going on that you can't necessarily see, Even the moon is slightly hidden by this building here. And I think once something sprouts, it will grow, and it will grow fast. So persevere, keep going, hold your focus, believe. Because whatever hasn't yet emerged, this is like a reading of encouragement from your spirit team to say it is all happening behind the scenes. It's all being looked into, looked after, in full support of you. Let's check out some more cards for the week ahead. But this is your message. You have the King of Branches. The wheel will turn. Look at that. I think quite fast. You've got 2 kings and a queen here. That's the King of Wands. I mean, King of Wands is very dynamic energy. And look at the lightning here. Wow. You have the Eight of Cups and the 7 of Cups as well. I think the tide will turn, and when it turns, I think it'll be very sudden. When the wheel turns and the tides turn. So something's going to be turned around, and I think that's the energy coming through here. So even though you may be feeling possibly a bit conflicted about something, the tide will turn, the energy will turn, and I think it will happen quite suddenly when it does. This is about keeping on going and holding your belief, even if you can't immediately see the growth. I'm going to draw a few more cards. Let's ask about, I asked about the week ahead, and we got the wheel will turn and something will happen suddenly. Does this mean that something is going to turn around this week? You have the Fool. It could well do. Oh my goodness me. Take a risk. You have the 7 of Swords. Okay. Again, things are going on behind the scenes. You then have the 6 of Pentacles, which is a card of absolute generosity, gratitude, and the Ace of Cups. Now, technically, I wouldn't have said this is a relationship reading, but we do have a king and a queen here sitting together. The Queen of Wands is the Queen of Transformation. The King of Pentacles is a very successful energy. Non-gender, if we think of them as non-gender specific, I mean, my goodness me, this is a powerful couple that can really make stuff happen. There's spark, creativity in a very real and solid way. So if you are somebody who is single and you're beginning to feel like that new beginning in love is never going to happen, with the Venus star showing up as well, and you feel very conflicted about it, I think this week there could be an opportunity. Somebody might even ask you out. But there may be an opportunity. Got the Ace of Cups here. And it's very sudden, perhaps even unexpected, out of the blue. But I do think this week, whether that is connected to relationship, which could be a possibility for some of you, or in just general terms, you're sitting there feeling like something you are doing, building, working on just isn't happening fast enough. I think suddenly something could take off. Or there could be an opportunity where you feel like, with this new beginning energy of the Fool, an opportunity where you've got to kind of, take a risk. You've got to launch yourself into it. This is exciting. I think you're going to love it with the Ace of Cups. I really, really do. There's generosity, success coming here. Could be an offer of something that suddenly means that what you're doing could take off in a big way. I do think there's something that suddenly happens. It could be a shift in the energy this week for you, but the wheel turns, and it's the wheel that's turning to transformation and success. So whatever area of your life you are cultivating, but you feel it hasn't yet blossomed or hasn't yet really emerged, it does look as though this week something happens to create that shift, that new chapter. Berkana is literally a whole new phase in your life. It's not even just like turning over a new page in a book. It's much more about a new chapter or an entire sequel, just to use that energy or that reference point. So I do feel something big is happening quite suddenly, and it does feel big with these cards. So hold your focus and keep going. I think the universe is orchestrating things behind the scenes for you, and I think this week, or certainly imminently, there could be an opportunity for you to sort of, and you would need to seize it in order to really move something forwards. It'll be illuminated for you. Feels like it is divine, divine timing coming in. So right now, trust that beneath the surface, things are moving and growing and being positioned for you. So shield yourself from any negativity, whether it's from external sources or from within yourself. There'll come a time to leap. I've got this beautiful frog here. I'm just thinking about the way that frogs sit, and then suddenly they can just leap. And I think you could leap into something here. And very fast. I think this would involve a fast, potentially sudden happening. And I think that's magic. Pile 3, I am sending you all the love in the world. Thank you so much for being here. At the time of doing these readings, it is eclipse season, which means that things can genuinely happen very, very fast. During eclipse season, my tarot course is half price. So if you are interested in learning to read the cards, and this is a very different course, it's not just the basic meanings. We work in a very different way, and I bring in my, nearly 30 years of counselling and psychotherapy practice that comes into the teachings and the learnings, and my readers work within an ethical framework. We're building a community of professional readers. That's the long-term goal. Building a community of professional readers who can integrate reading into their existing careers, or indeed just work as a professional reader, but within an ethical framework with that deeper layer of understanding. So if any of this is interesting to you, or you'd like to have a look and check it out, or you'd like to jump on board and come and join me and my amazing community of readers, do check it out. The course is half price during eclipse season. I am sending you all the love in the world, and thank you so much for being here.